Hey guys, how's it going? Um, so yeah, here we go, part two, Saturday. So as I said, I don't actually remember if we went and got stuff to eat after the show on Friday. Honestly, don't remember. That's kind of scary that I don't remember. Anyway, um, yeah. So Saturday we get up, and the only thing we have planned, because this is supposed to be like a not very thought out, very spontaneous kind of weekend. So the other thing we had planned was to go to Split Rock, uh, where I'd never been. And yeah, so and it's a little bit away. So get up and do the thing, blah, 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 get in the car. And then, but first we stop at, we do stop at a Walmart to grab some stuff. Sunscreen, especially, because the pail and the thing. So did all that and then made it up there. And yeah, it was cool. I mean, just the history of the whole thing is just kind of awesome, and how it was built and why it was built and all of that stuff is just kind of awesome. Um, and I think we're both just kind of nerds for that kind of stuff. So um, yeah, it was cool. I will. I'll do the whole day and then I'll just throw all the pictures up and they're pretty self-explanatory. Um, so yeah, walked around and did the tour, walked around. Me and went up in the Lighthouse and went through one of the homes they had for the people working the lighthouse and their families, and went through that, and that was really cool. And then just started doing some of the trails and saw a bunch of cool shit. Yeah, I mean nature. I've not been out in nature like that in a long time. Um, so yeah, that was really like super cool. Um, and then yeah, and then eventually made it down to the water, made it down to the shores of Superior, um, which is also very cool. And I think I got some cool shots of the rocks and then the lighthouse from down there and whatnot. Um, yeah, but it was just cool. It was just a fun, very relaxing, very zen-like thing. Um, and spent a couple hours there doing all the trails and whatnot. Um, Looking through the visitor center, and all the little displays that they had, and all that stuff was really cool. Talking about all the reason why they built the lighthouse, and the big um, uh, big boat like catastrophe of, what was it, 1905 or something, that kind of you know spearheaded that whole thing. It's like, oh yeah, I guess we kind of need a lighthouse. um, and how the government didn't have like funding in that area, so they had to say it was um, a different thing, like a I don't remember, it was like a park renovation or something like that in order to get the funding to get the 75 grand to build the lighthouse. And yeah, just that whole story is kind of weird. But again, very cool, very exciting, very you know as it is. um, so if you're into the history of that kind of stuff, I would definitely say check it out. I mean, and we were there. It was absolutely perfect all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a little bit warmer on Sunday, but not terrible. I mean, it was yeah. Both days we were out walking because we did gooseberry on Sunday. Were just perfect. I mean, you couldn't ask for better freaking days. So yeah, so we did that for a couple hours, wandered around. And then on the way back, we decided to hit up this place called Betty's Pies. And if you're in the area, definitely swing by Betty's Pies. We got a selection. I posted that picture on Facebook. And yeah, we got 2, 3, 4, like 6 or 7 varieties, slice of each, and split them. If you go up there and they still have the flavors that they had, the caramel apple is pretty darn good. The God, what was it called? The lake something, like, no, not like water, I don't remember, but it's a creamy berry mix. That one is really good. But the winner by far was the French cherry, which is basically like a cheesecake cake flavored pudding with cherry topping, only really, really good. Yeah, it was kind of insane. So stopped there and got some pies, and then headed back into Duluth. And that's where we wandered around Canal Park for a little bit, and went over the bridge, the lift bridge, and just kind of bummed around and looked at stuff and talked and all that fun stuff. Got to be not too late, 8:30, and this is where we ran into not issues but kind of weirdness. Even on the way there, okay, when we left, we were going to stop and grab some lunch before we headed up to Split Rock, and we were going to go to this drive-in. I think it's Andy's Drive-In, something like that we'd been seeing signs for. Got there, they're closed for the season, which makes sense. It's mid-September. And then we were going to go to Sammy's, this pizza joint. They were closed that particular day for like some sort of event. And we're like, okay. So then we tried this Mexican place. They looked closed. We didn't know if they were or not, but they looked closed. And I was like, so finally we ended up at a Herbert's and Gerbert's, which is cool by me, because I haven't had, since I closed the one downtown that I used to go to, I haven't had them in a long time. So finally made it there. But so that was kind of weird. And then we get later that evening, getting hungry, and it's like, okay, let's try to wander and find some places. And there's a bunch of restaurants, up and down. I don't know if we were on Superior Street or whatever it was, but so looking for a place, and first couple of places we went to, it's like, oh yeah, the kitchen is closed. And we're just like, it's 8:30, 8:45 on a Friday night, and your kitchen is closed? Okay. Either the kitchens were closed, we tried to go to this distillery, and they were doing last call on like a half hour and like at least a 25-minute wait. So we were like, okay. And just running into this like left and right, is it impossible to get food past 9 o'clock, in frickin' Duluth? Like, it's just a weird experience. Finally, because we were like, we're going to try a couple more places, and if they, bombed out, I was just like, okay, let's just go back to the hotel, which was in Cloquet, swing by the Taco Bell, grab some Bell, go back to the hotel, throw on Food Network, and just, call it that. And came that close to doing that until we stumbled upon Old Chicago, which happened to be open, like a normal freaking restaurant. So got in there, And that was funny too, because they sat us. They had like this private event going, and for some reason, even though I saw other tables available, sat us like right in the middle of it, or kind of on the edge of it, but like it was all like over there, and we were just kind of sitting there going, okay, you know. But I mean, we did get served. We did, you know, get some food. Really really cool server. I believe his name was Joey. I believe his name was Joey. Really good dude. Really attentive. And yeah, so if it's 9 o'clock on a on a Saturday and you're in Duluth and you're having trouble finding food like we were, you can swing by the Old Chicago, and get it was some weird. I think it was was it the Detroit style pizza? It was very fluffy. There was no red sauce on it, even though it was like a meatball mushroom or maybe a little bit of red sauce. It wasn't. It was weird. It was really really good. I'm not faulting it. It was really really good. It was just kind of bizarre thing. And then we had some fried pickles, and stuff like that. So, and then we went back, and then we crashed, and then went on the next day. I did pick up a couple things at the gift shop when we were at Split Rock, just because and many years ago, on one of my 2 trips out to Oregon, planning and then being a part of my friend's wedding, like 20 years ago. They have a Stonehenge monument in Washington, and when I was there, I picked up a shot glass, commemorative shot glass, and then hadn't for a long time. I got some band ones back there, but I hadn't done that in a while because I haven't been anywhere. So of course, a really really heavy duty, very cool. Focus. There you go. That's just that on both sides. And then I saw this one, and it's just a Minnesota one, but I thought that was just. Let's see. Like that. Let's see. And it's a lot shinier in real life. It is actually really really cool. Yeah, so that's what I got at the gift shop. Yeah, yeah, so now I'll just throw up the pictures, probably put some sort of prefab kind of funky music behind it. And yeah, I think they're all pretty self-explanatory. I mean, obviously the ones at the lighthouse are the lighthouse, and then the water, and then whatever cool like wooded things I found. And then when we were wandering around Canal Park, I took some of like the bridges and stuff, and tried to capture like the waves coming in off a Superior, and then a couple ones in the moon because the moon is really cool. And yeah, so let's just go with that. So part 3 coming up. Part 3, Gooseberry Falls, and more breweries. So stick around for that. Till then, see you later. Take it easy. Don't hurt each other or yourselves, and just be cool, and don't be a dick, and support all your locals and all that fun stuff. So take it easy. We will talk to you later.